What's going on, guys? It's kind of a big deal videos. I am 11 weeks out from my classic physique debut in Stratford, Ontario. And as you guys can see, I am freaking, freaking lean for 11 weeks out, in my opinion. And I'm making this video to share my 11 week out diet. Okay, so being said, I started prepping about 18 weeks out. I used my diet from last year, and essentially the diet from last year was, 6 ounces of chicken, pretty much 3 times a day. There was one 8 ounce meal with 6 ounces of brown rice 3 times a day, and my cup of oats, blueberries, and egg whites in the morning with one egg and one piece of fish, and a steak at night. So I made some modifications to that diet, and essentially what I did, in a nutshell, was just simplify it and pretty much add chicken. And I did a couple of cheaty things, like stupid things that I probably shouldn't have done, like you know, added 3 bars a day because I was lazy and not lazy, but I felt bars. Like, there's no proper excuse. I did it because I did it, and I said 12 weeks out I would stop. And that being said, I just kept getting leaner and leaner and leaner. So, I tried to rationalize not having bars by saying, oh, well, it's not, the diet's not going to progress if I have these bars. However, it did. So, I kind of lean on the fence of, if it fits your macros sometimes, I think that stuff does work. I don't really think you have to eat bro all the time. Mind you, the bars I was eating, they weren't chocolate bars. They were pretty good protein bars with good macronutrients. But that's another story. So I said 12 weeks I'd stop that, and I did. Essentially what happened is we got to 12 weeks and I look like this now, which is somewhat problematic because I'm 12 weeks out and I look like I'm like 4 weeks out, if that, who knows. I'm sure some guys will come in shows looking like this. Unfortunately, I definitely wouldn't. I still have fat on my glutes. This isn't too bad, but it's probably just water really in between here. But there are places with fat. My glutes definitely have fat to lose. I definitely can get leaner than this. I definitely am, probably at a higher percentage, 5, 6, 7. I'd say more 6, 7, 7.5. Whereas, I stepped on stage last year. I would assume 3 because my glute, like there was no skin left. And I know what it's like to have no skin. It is not fun. Like I know what it's like to be super, super lean where you feel annihilated. I would say anybody who gets that lean would probably understand what I mean. And if you haven't gotten to like striated glutes and you feel you'll know the feeling. You feel your ass and back there you're feeling like ridges. That's what striated glutes feel like. And in terms of pain, your lower back, everything. It's just it's like DOMS. How DOMS feels after a good workout. Imagine that, like it's almost in your bone. It feels like it's in your bone. At least it did for me. So I don't know about everyone. It really got to me near the end, like 3 weeks out. Before I started carving up, or 2 weeks out, it really started getting to me. Okay, so the new diet. So I went to Ian Bellier and gave him my current diet, and I told him what I was doing exactly, and he made the modifications so that we could then move forward. So essentially, what I'm doing now, based on his recommendations, is eating slightly more, and I'll just break down what I'm eating. So my breakfast stays the same: a cup of oats, a quarter cup of blueberries, 10 egg whites, and a whole egg. Okay, so my second meal is 8 ounce chicken, 8 ounce basmati rice, and a avocado, 2 ounce avocado. My next meal is the same, but without the avocado, brown rice, so that the fibers are in there. My third meal is the fourth meal. Yeah, this is the fourth. We repeat that chicken meal 3 times essentially. So then this would be my breakfast, second, third, fourth meal is the same. Okay. The fifth meal is 8 ounce fish, with the same, nope, 5 ounces. We're doing 5 ounces. Whereas prior to this, I didn't have any rice in here. And prior to this, in my last year's diet, I only had 6 ounces of rice per meal. One was actually 4 ounces. So I added some rice at the beginning of this year, of the 18 weeks, as well as protein. My intra workout stays Pitargo, and on top of the Pitargo, I'm having 50 grams of protein. My last meal is not a steak, but it's going to be chicken, and it's going to be 8 ounces with something like Brussels sprouts or some fibrous veggies, asparagus, something that'll dry me out a little bit. And that's the diet. I mean, essentially, it's quite a bit of food if you really think about it. 8 ounces of chicken 4 times a day, 8 ounces of fish once, and that big breakfast is actually a pretty large breakfast. 1 cup of oats. That's roughly 300 calories worth of carbohydrates. When you look at it, a whole cup of oats, it's pretty calorie dense. And then the egg and the egg whites, it ends up almost being 500 calories. So every meal is roughly almost 500. So 500 times 6. You're looking almost at 3,000 calories. Yeah, that's right, 3,000 calories. So I mean, yeah, 3,000. Is it 3,000 or 3,500? Geez, I got to go back to math class. Yeah, 3,000. So you're looking at about 3,000 calories, give or take. 200 calories here or there. So I would say 3,002 would be a good estimate of what I'm eating 11 weeks out. So the goal is to stay where I am, I would assume, and just see if I can kind of tighten up throughout the next 11 weeks without really sucking in, sinking in too much. So that's the diet. That's what I want to share with you guys. That's it. And again, the reason I made this video without a shirt is so that you can get a better idea of where I'm coming from 11 weeks out. Why the hell I'm eating this food? Why I'm eating in such frequency and such amounts. My training is the same this year. I'm not doing any cardio. I'm blessed with this amazing metabolism. It gets better every year. So not everybody is, but fortunately, I am. Certain people are, I suppose. And I just kind of go through. I just burn fat really quickly, and every year it gets better. So, kind of big deal videos. That's my diet 11 weeks out. Thought I'd give you the update. And that's it. Classic Physique. You'll see me there. Been working on, some of these poses. Pose. The Sergio Olivia V pose. Archer poses. I find I kind of disappear in that pose. So, and this pose I'm having the most trouble with. Yeah, see, I can't even do it in this video. I'm too close to the camera and I'm seated. This is a really tough pose to do, and that's the one I want to do for the classic physique pose of choice, the Arnold one, where you turn around, you show your back, and it's really hard to do. It's really freaking hard to do. I'm gonna have to practice that quite a bit. All right, kind of big deal videos. 11 weeks out. That's my diet. Peace.